Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a few notes on what buyers are expecting and what sellers are providing right now during the COVID-19 crisis. This is based on a survey, a flash survey that was done recently by the National Association of REALTORs. We covered this survey a little bit a week or so ago, but there's some new details that are emerging here that I wanted to share with you in regards to how you're having conversations with your clients. So really quickly, the survey revealed that home buyers want lower prices. 63% of buyers that are still in the market, that are staying in the market, expect sellers to come down on their price. So that's the expectation. But let's look at what sellers are doing. Sellers, 72% of sellers today are not yet lowering their prices. So this is a conversation that's going to need to start to happen because we have a mismatch of expectations. So you can look at the reverse of these numbers too, which is always an important thing to do. So when you look at home buyers, there is a group of home buyers that don't expect that, right? So pretty good group, 37% don't expect a price adjustment. And with sellers, 28% have already reduced their price to some degree. So how do we put this kind of to work, and how do we actually have conversations with our sellers that would be, effective and relevant based on these numbers? First, we have to have the conversation with sellers and explain to them, the ramifications of what's happening in the market, and we have to earn that right to do so. What does that mean, earn the right to do so? We earn the right to have pricing conversations through weekly communication where we're transparent and we're reflecting what's happening in the market. So if we don't call our sellers for 6 weeks and then the first time we call them, we ask for a price adjustment, the odds of getting it are probably pretty small. We have to earn the right by having consistent communication. And you have to do a great job with marketing, right? You got to actually have fantastic photography, great videography, a great description. You got to be marketing the property electronically in many different formats and showing proof that you're doing that by sending people links and sending people reports about what you're doing. Then you want to update them on their peer group. Remember, every buyer looks at 10 homes over 10 weeks on average, according to NAR. So that means we're competing with a peer group, the other 9 properties that someone will probably look at in addition to looking at that listing. So when we do this, have this conversation every week, maybe every Monday during our power hour with sellers, we should be talking about the peer group and what happened with the peer group last week. Well, three of our peers went pending. We had a couple new listings that entered our peer group that are new to the market, and we had a couple closed transactions, and here's a few price reductions that happened. So we explain what's happening in the market. And then we need to talk about competitive pricing may not be enough. Best value is what buyers are looking for in today's market. And we need to get into conversation about that. Remember, you need to, as a real estate professional, sometimes get comfortable with uncomfortable conversations. And this doesn't need to be uncomfortable. It just needs to be spoken. You got to actually get this out and have this conversation. And sellers actually want you to do so. They don't want to be on the market for 6 months. They don't want to be on the market for a year. They want to get their home sold. That's why they're keeping it on the market through the COVID-19 crisis. So here's what you might say during your call. So obviously the market's dynamic with COVID-19. We do have less buyers in the market, it's true. But here's the good news. The buyers that are shopping are highly qualified and serious buyers. That's why they're still shopping. So the National Association of REALTORs just completed a flash survey to assess how buyers and sellers are responding to the crisis. Good news, 28% of sellers nationally have already made some kind of price adjustment to encourage more showings and offers on their home. Now, we haven't done that yet, but looking at our peer group, the 10 homes a buyer is most likely to look at when they look at ours, that peer group we talked about when we listed the property, 5 of our peers have already repositioned their listing with a price adjustment so far. I expect more to do so. Now, good news, homes are selling. We had 22 sales yesterday in the marketplace. We had 10 new listings at the market, and we had about 30 price reductions in the market. Just based on what I'm talking about, where the market's at, what would you like to do? And you let them answer the question. You give them that hot potato, what would you like to do? Now, in the vlog comments here below, in the notes of this video, you're going to see that script, so you can actually copy and use the script if you like. You can also put it into an email format, but I recommend you actually have a physical conversation with your clients. They want to hear from you. A lot of them are ready and have been thinking about the need to reduce their price already, you just got to get it on the table. Just got to have the conversation. I hope that helps you today. Have a great day. Good selling. We'll see you next time over at eRealEstateCoach.com.